Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today is FlossTube number 24, my floss storage journey and Annie's Keepers review. Grab yourself a cup of coffee and enjoy the video, and stay tuned at the end. I have an especially cute video of Alex. So, let's talk about thread storage. I've been researching different options, and one thing I've found in the videos is that once you start a path, it's hard to change. So I'm trying to find the path that I'm going to like long term, so that I'm not in that situation where I have one system or multiple systems that I'm not happy with. And then when I'm ready to switch, I've got all this thread that I'm going to have to switch over. So I'm trying to find the perfect thread system for me. And I think I've found it, but I want to take you on my journey before I show you what I've decided. So first, I started where everybody starts, with bobbins. And they're okay. I got this cute little box to keep them in. Super cheap. Just got it off of Amazon, but you can get, this is a brand that you can get like at Michael's or Joann's or any little craft store. Hobby Lobby probably has them. This is a bobbin. It has a hole here, and it has these two slots that you can put your thread through. And the hole is so that you can put it on a ring like this. And then you take a skein of floss like this, and you wrap it on here. And you come up with something like this. The problem I have with this is it's kind of loose. It kind of hangs down. It never really stays in place. Thus the box. But then when you unwrap it, it's kind of distressed. And it's got these little kinks in it. It's not really, I don't know if you can see that, but it's got like little kinks in it. It's not the greatest, and it's very time consuming to set up your project. You got to wrap it on all these bobbins, believe me. And it's not so bad if you're sitting there with your buddy and you're watching a movie and you're doing that, but still, it's time that you're not spending stitching. So I'm not super crazy about that. Then I decided, based on a recommendation from my niece, she was going with Floss Bags. This is pretty common, same concept. It's got a hole in the corner and you use a ring, and you can store them in different ways, but these I just kind of throw in a box, and I grouped them per 100 groupings. So 100 has a ring, 200 has they call it a series, has a ring. This is the 600 series, so everything that starts with 600 I've got on this ring, and it's not bad. Like, it's kind of, you do that, you get them. They kind of flip around on you, so that's annoying. I can flip it back over. I can't even get it. Okay, there it goes. And then you take your, you can see why I get so frustrated with this thing. Okay. Really? Wow. I'm gonna have to cut some of this out. Okay, so then you just, like, you hold it like this, and you just kind of can thumb through to find your color. Oh, I'm looking for 610. Oh, here it is. Okay, now you take 610, you open the bag, you take this out, you pull out what you need, you cut it, then you fold it in half, and you put it back in the bag. And then you have to thread your needle, and then you finally get to stitch. The other thing that I don't like about it is I'm using this photo box full of my floss bags. And let's say I'm looking for 100 series. Is this it? No, that's the 3700s. Is this it? No, that's the 400s. Is this it? No, that's the 3800s. Is this it? No, that's the 700s. Is this one it? No, that's the 800s. 500s. The 900s. I have the most of the 900s. Is this it? The 600s. Is this it? The 300s. Is this it? Nope, the 3000s. Where is my 100s? Finally, I found my 100 series, of which I only have 3. 2 actually, because this one's empty. So you can kind of see my frustration. And then I take all these and I put it back. Now, there are better ways to store them. Like, I've seen where people have like a PVC pipe and they can kind of keep it like a Rolodex. But just, this feels so not OCD. This is like, it does not feel organized. And what happens when I want more? This box is full. Or what if it's a particular project? Then do I use a ring just for that project and I put that in a project bag? I wasn't very happy. But I was managing. Then I started getting interested in HAEDs. For those of you who don't know what that is, that's generally it's anything. HAED is a company called Heaven and Earth Designs. They are the gold standard for full coverage projects, in my opinion. They use artists, professional artist renditions to convert to a cross-stitch project. And the detail is unmatched. If anyone else can find another company that is equal to it, please comment below, because I have not. So I started getting interested in these HAEDs that are full coverage, and you're talking about close to 90 colors. I mean, 90! That's a lot. So I was watching Teressa Little Stitcher, one of my favorites, and she told me about Pacos. Now, I have done a review on the Pacos, and I do love this system. I really do. What you do, and this one, you buy one and you can do 50. So for a full coverage project, you need 2. That's a little bit of an expense. It's not too bad. I got this off of Amazon, and I think I spent like $20. What is cool about these is that you start with one of these cards, and let me see if I have a blank. Okay, sorry about that. So it comes with extras, and you have these blank cards. So then what do? And I'm just grabbing a random pattern. You find one of these patterns that has the symbols on it, and you make a copy of this or print it, and you cut each little symbol. They're not spaced the way you want them to be spaced. So you have to cut each individual little color out. 90 of them. Or in this case, I think there's 88 on this one. Okay. So I did that. I cut each one out. I took my Gorilla Glue and my big, strong, mighty Gorilla Glue, and I glued each square onto this cardboard. And then I waited for it to dry, and that took me a few hours. And I take this square and I carefully, after it's dry, you have to wait for it to dry, you carefully slide this back in. And then you look at your chart, find the number it is, and you load that thread on that symbol. What's cool about that is you don't have to worry about colors, the numbers anymore. You just look for the symbol on the chart, look for the symbol here, pull the thread. So I really love this, and I did a review on this. Check that out if you haven't seen it. And it's quite popular. I got a lot of comments of other people that really like it too. One thing I don't like about this is if you've got a lot loaded, like I have a lot of green, that when I pick this off with a needle, pick one thread off, it tends to come up off of this. So you have to kind of hold that. But I like the feel of the foam. It's really high quality, and there's foam in here. You can stick your needle in there if you need to. I like it, but first of all, it takes 2 to do one big project. So what if you have 3 going? Now you need 6 Pacos. So, and it's kind of bulky. I mean, someday I hope to go to my girlfriend's house, my relatives, be able to travel, you know, wait for appointments, and be able to stitch when I'm waiting for things. Right now, we're kind of stuck at home, but things are starting to open up, and, you know, I need to be thinking about that. So this is kind of bulky, and that's not the greatest for it. And kind of awkward to pull this out, pick the thread. It'll be kind of difficult. So I was looking for something that I can use that's an active project and long-term storage. Like I may decide to buy every color and have it in storage. And so nothing was really working for me, but nothing, let me repeat that. Nothing had everything, and I want everything. Doesn't everyone? One thing that's nice is these just hang, and so you don't get those kinks. It keeps the thread nice. Even if your project sits for a long time, your thread does not get compromised. But you just wrap it up and then you put it in your bag and it's ready to go. And I'm not saying I don't like this or that I won't continue to use it, because I will. But I have found the queen of all storage systems, and I'm going to share it with you next. Okay, now we're going to talk about the best storage system, in my opinion. It is the Annie's Keepers. I'm sure maybe you've heard of them. I got mine at the stitching shop. They're in Denver, Colorado, and they did take a while to get. With COVID and their popularity, it took me about 3 to 4 weeks to get them. And I wasn't 100% sure if this is what I was going to do, so I got what they call the starter kit. The starter kit, let me just pull it up here on the computer. The starter kit comes with, now there's a few pieces to it, and I'm going to show you each piece, so just be patient. The starter kit comes with these, use this paper so you can see a little better. Well, you can't really see it against that. Oh, can you see it against my desk? Yeah, you can see it against my desk. It comes with these little plastic tabs. That's what I would describe it as. Let me zoom in a bit. So it's this little tab. It has a hole on each end, and it has a little groove on the top. You get 50 of those. And then you get a sheet of circular stickers. And you take the sticker, and this is how I do it, so that they all line up nice. I find that groove, and on the groove end of the tab, that's where you want your sticker. You want it to be below that groove, because that groove is going to go into something, and then it's going to hang like this. So you're going to feed your thread through this hole, not this hole, this hole. And you write your number, your thread number on there. Now Teressa at Teressa Little Stitcher, she bought some removable stickers on the back so that she could put the symbol. And that's not a bad idea. I still want to try that. So it comes with 50 of those. It comes with a sheet of stickers. You get extra in case you mess up too, which I have messed up a couple times. And then you get this little guide. It might remind you of a hanging file folder. It's kind of like that. It's kind of shaped like that. So why is this special? So this is something that would be like for your active project, and you're at home, you're gonna throw it in your bag, maybe. Either way, you could use it either way. So what you do is it has a little groove in the bottom, and what you do is you kind of take the corner and you pop it in there, and it feels like, oh man, this is gonna break. I'm gonna break it. But you have to do a little bit of force to get it on there, and then it just slides right out. Or you could kind of pop it in there, and you can kind of feel it snap and slide like that. So you would get 4 of these with the starter kit. The other thing you get is this 3-inch ring. And this is kind of similar to what I was talking about before with the floss bags. So this ring kind of pops open, and you take the circle that is nearest the groove and you put it on there, and then snap it shut. Obviously you'd have more than one, so your active project, you could put a bunch of threads on there on this hoop. And then you could just throw that hoop in your bag and you'd have all your thread. So why is this cool? So I'll show you a project that I've already loaded, and I'll show you why it's really cool. It was mind-blowing to me. When I saw this, I thought, I have to have it. So, okay, so I have all these threads for a project. I've decided these are all the threads I need to work on for my active project. And let's say I need number 300, and I want to put it on the ring for my active project. This is my long-term storage. I want to put it on my active ring. Oh man, I'm gonna have to pull all these off to get to my 300, then put them all back on. What a pain. Au contraire. You just take this and pop it out in the middle. And then you take your ring and you pop that on there. Boom, you're done. Then you finish your project. What am I gonna do with this? I take it off of there. And I just pop it back in. Is that not cool or what? I can't even tell you how cool that is. So it's very versatile. And when you buy a skein, you just cut it to your length that you like to cut, and you put it on here, put it in storage, and when you need it for a project, you just put it on a slide, or you put it on a ring. I mean, it works for both long-term storage and active projects. And you could use the same one for more than one project if you wanted to. So you may have noticed that this set of floss has these little grooves in it. Why did these have a groove in it and these don't? Well, this does not come with the starter kit. Let me just disclaim that. But if you get one of their bigger kits, if you decide to go all in and get one of their bigger kits, you can get one of these storage sliders, and I will show you how you use them. So you get something like this. You get a plastic portable file box, or you could also use a file cabinet that you have attached to your desk, or maybe you have a freestanding one. But I love this idea because then I can grab this box and I can bring it to my friend's house someday. So what you do is you take these and it fits perfectly like a file folder in here. And you could put your pattern. Put your pattern in this box. And if you have a Q-snap that's an 8 by 11, this is what I did, a Franken-sized by 11. You can put that in there, and you have your whole project that you can just bring to wherever. Or if you want at home and you want to work on it, you can separate each project out. And oh, I want to work on this project. Let's grab this box. Isn't that not awesome or what? So I really love this system, and this is the system I'm going with long term. And I hope you love it too. I hope that gave you an idea of how cool Annie's keepers are and how versatile they are and how you could use them for both storage and long term. And the floss is nice and pretty. It's not damaged or distressed and very organized. So I hope you enjoyed this video and that you'll give Annie's a try too. I have a special clip of Alex at the end, so be sure to stay tuned. Happy stitching! You can do it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Good boy.